thank you everyone for tuning in to another video with Cole Smith on Tableau. Today we're going to extend out, we're going to continue on our order of operations path. Last time we went over between context filter and dimension filters. We were looking at LODs and we were looking at sets. Today we're going to finish the rest of that. We're going to do conditional filters and top in. Now, conditional filters and top in are available in filters and in sets, which you saw that last time because I did a top in a set, but this time I'm going to do it in a dimension filter. So basically, my goal is today is to be able to get back to the same results that I had on the last one using a different method. Hence why they're on the same line. It's just a different way to do the same thing. There are different features between using a set and just using a different dimension. Hence why sets exist. But we'll do other videos on sets and show you some of the power of them. But for this concept, they're effectively the same thing. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and we're going to get right into it. All right, y'all. All right, so just to show you context, I always like looking this up. I mean, when I was first learning Tableau, when I was working on it, for months, I would just leave this up because I be honest with you, some of these things I still forget, like clusters and total. I forget that. And some of these things I don't even use, but you need to know this. So I just leave it up so I don't forget. All right, so you're gonna do, like I said, top in and conditional filters. So this is the one from last time. This is what we had up. So I'm gonna go ahead and just move this out because we don't need to see that. And we don't really need to see that either because we know it's top in. And I think we have all the teams. And I'm gonna set this at all the values. Okay, so we got 10 players. So we should get back to that, right? All right, so don't forget. So first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and get our positions and we're gonna put them at the context. Really, we could do the data source level. Just don't forget, as I said in that data source video, data source takes it out the entire workbook. Context is sheet specific, but it still gives you the advantage of having your LODs and your sets not having that data available or anything below that level. But we're going to do QB, we do all. I'm going to go ahead and click on this drop down here. I'm going to say add to context. So boom, we only got quarterbacks. Let's go get our players. Let's go get their colleges. Again, we do this because we need to have some sort of granularity. People names can be the same, and we don't have any unique keys on this data set. So we got player, college. Let's go get our team. All right. So like I said last time in this video, I work at ESPN. Boss tells me, hey, Cole, build a dashboard. I want to be able to switch between teams and see if their quarterback is in the top in this case, top 10 of touchdowns forever, right? So we're watching the game live and set quarterback throws 300 touchdowns. We want to put on the ticker, hey, this is because he counts the 15th player that has thrown 300 or more touchdowns. I got this dashboard. I can quickly check if he meets that, and I can update the ticker or provide some statistic or something like that to the fans. So I'm going to go ahead and add team here. I'm going to do okay. I'm going to show it. And I'm just kind of do move it all values in the context. And I'm going to do multiple value drop down. Okay. All right. So now what we should do is if I want to do a conditional filter. Now, this isn't necessarily going to get me to the top end, but what I'm going to show you in this instance is just getting I only want to look at quarterbacks with above 300 touchdowns. And that's going to get me less than the 10, but you'll be able to get the point of what I'm trying to achieve here, right? And again, you need to think about what dimension are you going to use. For example, if I said 300 touchdowns based off of a team filter, that's not going to give me what I want. That's going to look at how many touchdowns does an entire team have? And you can bet and believe it's well over 300. We're looking at a specific player. Keep that in mind, right? All right, cool. So I'm going to hit player, and I'm going to come up to condition, and I'm going to say, okay, by field. So I want to see TD, give me the sum greater than or equal to 300. Hit apply. Okay. So these are the guys that have above 300 touchdowns, right? I'm gonna add this to text. Now, what's cool about this is, right, and we can even verify this. Come over here. You know, you got Favre, Breeze, and you got Manning. Or wait, Manning, Brady. Favre down at 300? He's not. So sorry. It's only Breeze, Manning, and Brady at this level, because the data starts in 1999. So now what I can do is, which is really cool here, I can click on these. I can do this, and what will happen is, so right now what's happening is I can see, based on this condition filter, who meets this criteria. But what will happen is I can also like filter on it, and it will give me like different. What I can do is I can filter on the team, and I can be able to, you know, show like nothing for a given team, or I can like, so for example, for like Drew Brees, he played on two teams, New Orleans and San Diego. If I just leave San Diego, he's still gonna come back because he's gonna meet the condition at the level of the player. And let me show you what I mean by that, right? So I'm gonna click on this. They're all gone, which makes sense because we've done it at the we filter this at the team level. So which is a dimension filter that's not using any condition, and it's just based on what's in the view. And we said no team, so nothing, right? But if I hit San Diego, I get Drew Brees showing me only 80 touchdowns. Now you're probably thinking, well, why did that work? I thought we said the condition is at 300. Sorry, why did that? Why is it only showing 80? Again, that's separating the dimension filters at a lower level, and it's about the view relative to the condition, which is above that. So Drew Brees as the player meets the condition of 300 touchdowns or more. But when I filtered it, I said only show me San Diego. So in this instance, what I'm saying is, okay, he needs to meet the criteria 300, but I'm only looking at San Diego. Same thing if I do like I do Peyton Manning and I do the Colts, right? I get 373, but I'm missing the rest of his information from the Broncos. And this is really useful because I can be able to use a conditional filter to control grouping of data, but then I can use a dimension filter to be able to control how the view is being displayed. Okay. All right. So now what we're going to do next is I'm going to show you a top end using a dimension filter, right? All right. So I'm going to come back here, hit all, and I'm going to go ahead and click on player, or yeah. All right. So we got all conditional. I'm going to kill this. I don't want to see this anymore. I'm going to do what I did earlier. I'm going to say top 20, top 10, apply, and I get the same people that I got over here, right? I got the exact same people using a different method to get the same result. Now with this top end, it's pretty cool. I can do the same. I'm able to control the top end players, but using a filter rather than using a set. Like I said in the last video, sets give you additional functionality that dimension filters don't. So that's the benefit of using them. Like and I'll do a part 2 to this video, like I said, a part 2 to the other video, to give you more real world context, where I'm going to use like parameters. I'm going to add in dates so you can really see the power of this, because it seems simple right now because I don't have that many dimensions, but as you're trying to calculate different calculations at different levels, it can get very confusing. But I hope this video was helpful and was able to explain how I can get the same result using different techniques at different levels. Okay. So let me go ahead and go back. So Sorry, I'm pulling Visual Studio by accident. I'm about to just kill that. I don't want to see that. All right, so yeah, so that's it for today's video. Again, I hope that was helpful. If you have any suggestions or anything, please comment and put a comment down at the bottom. If you want me to do any other videos, let me know. Please comment, like, subscribe, and talk to you later. Peace.